We want to welcome you to the Huckabee Show, and we're so very happy to be partnering with the organization over the next several months to talk about the things that you guys are doing to bring real help to people in the land of Israel. Why is this so important?
Well, it's an amazing thing. We live in awesome times where we don't only read the Bible, but we're able to take part in bringing biblical prophecy to fruition. And so the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is forefront in that, in bringing Jews home to Israel, just as Isaiah and Jeremiah and the prophets spoke about thousands of years ago, bringing them in gathering from all four corners of the earth home to the Holy Land, to the Promised Land, and helping the orphans and the widows in Israel, along with the biblical commandment, Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, comfort ye, my people. We build bomb shelters, security drones, and do whatever we can on behalf of Christians around the world who love Israel to give a tangible aid, a tangible message that the people of Israel are not alone.
You know, I think it's pretty remarkable. You're an observant Jew. Your father started this organization, an incredible ministry, really globally. A lot of people might be surprised that some of the strongest supporters of Israel and the Jewish people are Christians all over the world. Why do you think Christians care so much about what happens to the nation of Israel and to the Jewish people?
It's spiritual. You can't get into the politics of Israel without first connecting to the spirituality of Israel. And as we know, Christians believe that they are grafted onto the rich olive tree of Israel. And so the fellowship works with the Christian community and the Jewish community to say, these are historic prophetic times. Let's come together, just as Psalms 133 says, Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, you understood that, right?
They didn't say it that way in the Baptist church where I grew up. I can tell you that right now. I'm sure that's what it says, but...
That's probably how Jesus said it, though.
It probably is. There's no doubt.
How good and pleasant it is when brethren dwell together. And so that's what we do. We look in the Bible and say, where does God want us? And that's what we do in practice, and we've been blessed from it.
Your organization has done something, taken it to a whole new level by actually giving Christians an opportunity to do something tangible, to do something that is personal and practical to help people, rather than just say, yeah, we love you, we care, but actually to show it.
Yeah. The fellowship is the largest philanthropic organization in Israel. What that means is that it's Christians who are providing the most aid to the people of Israel as far as basic needs and security. And so I remember speaking to a family in Sderot on the border with the Gaza Strip, and they were telling me, when I ran into that bomb shelter and saw the sign on the wall that said, donated with love by Christians in America, I remember it was this mother of four, and she said, I have to choose on a daily basis, am I going to stay with my 4 children because I'm not going to get them to the bomb shelter in time, or choose one child and run to the bomb shelter with them? And it feels like the whole world is just criticizing Israel. It feels like the UN, the EU, the Arab Union, everyone's against Israel. But when I went in that bomb shelter, I knew that there are millions of Christians who stand with me. And that was the message. That's it. That's exactly what the fellowship does.
What can people do if they say, you know, that strikes me as something I'd like to be helpful in?
Right.
How can they be a partner to you in that?
Well, the fellowship is a grassroots organization, so our average gift is around $45 a month from individuals who want to be part of this movement, this community of people, individuals who otherwise wouldn't be able to get their voice out there in Israel, that they stand with Israel and the Jewish people. And through the fellowship, we come as a unit, as a community. And so you can visit www.ifcj.org, that's ifcj.org, and you can follow my daily life in Israel on Facebook at Yael Eckstein.
Before we go, I want you to tell us what is going on with the anti-Semitic rhetoric and attitudes. We see it even from people who are in Congress. It frightens me because I know where that has led historically.
Anti-Semitism isn't new. There's always been anti-Semitism. The Jewish people have always been hated. And it's a miracle that we're still here today to even tell that story. But what's awesome, that specifically the rise in anti-Semitism all around the world today reminds me, is that we are living in historic times for 2 reasons. First of all, we have the state of Israel, God's promised land, the only country in the world that has a prime minister, a government, an army who has one concern: to protect the Jewish people. And the second thing that's historic is that for the first time in history, we're not alone. The Jewish people are not alone. We have millions of Christians who are standing with Israel, often even stronger than the Jewish community.
That's true.
Which is upside down, absurd, but it's amazing. These Judeo-Christian values that America was founded on are coming to life. Israel and America are the greatest allies, but it's not just political anymore. It's personal. Christians who are raising their voice against their own Congress people to say, we don't agree with your anti-Semitism. I don't think that's ever been done before. And so I have hope. I have hope.
Well, we do too, and we have great hope in what you're doing, and thank God for the extraordinary efforts you are, not only to bridge Christians and Jews, but to bring help to people who truly, truly need it. Yael, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Now, friends, with the rise of anti-Semitism at home and all over the nation of Israel, there is, and this has become an important time, to stand with the Jewish people in their God-given home of Israel. Let me encourage you to learn more by visiting Yael and the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews at ifcj.org. That's ifcj.org. Also, follow her on Facebook at Yael Eckstein.